where I graduated. And we had a guy in there who was a really brilliant guy. His name was Irving. So I call him Irv. And Irving had a problem. He was always very nervous, but he was a great student. He was a brilliant guy. And the personality I was a little bit worried about. Irving, years later, calls me. He never did well like some of the guys that didn't do as well as him. In school, he was like an incredible student. Everything, he never got less than an A. If he got less than an A, I mean, it was like a shock throughout the school, but I don't think it ever happened. But he didn't really make it. He went to work for an accounting firm, had a good solid job, and then he called me up to tell me that he was going to buy a house for him and his wife. His wife was getting tired. This is after 30 years, he doesn't have a freaking house, and he's got a 200 IQ. And he still hasn't put together the house. And he's going to buy a house. And the reason he's going to buy the house is because he feels he owes it to his wife. So I said, good, go out, buy a house. Not very exciting to me, to be honest with you. And he said, Donald, it is exciting. It's a very big step for me. It's a big step. And I'm saying to myself, you know, you buy things like that, you just have to fall asleep and forget about them. You don't even have to know you own them. So Irving went out and signed for a house. For the next 3 weeks, he was calling me every night. Do you think I made the right move? Is it a bad decision? Should I have paid more? Should I have paid less? Did I get the right financing? And I really got to a point where I said, you know, Irving, honestly, and I mean this, and you're a friend of mine, you're really smart, but you should never be in business for yourself. He works for an accounting firm. You should stay there. I'll bet you do a great job, but you can't take the pressure. And the word I'm going to add that's so different from everything you've heard, literally everything you've heard, is the word pressure. A truly great entrepreneur has to be able to withstand pressure. Now, I withstood tremendous pressure in 1990. In fact, Guinness Book of Records gave me a great honor recently. They gave me the honor of the greatest financial comeback of all time, personal financial comeback. You know, I'm not even sure if I should call that an honor. You know, I always hesitate to say it because that means you had trouble, and I don't like to think I had trouble. But a lot of people think because I had trouble and came back, no, I never went bankrupt. A lot of my friends went bankrupt. You'll never hear from them again. So I never went bankrupt. But I worked hard. The markets crashed. 1990, just like you're sitting here, those markets were crashing. They were bad. And Guinness came up, and they figured I did a damn good job because today my company is worth, you know, many, many times what it was in the 1980s and the 1990s. And, you know, it's been good. Business Week said, Donald Trump, they announced different things. Donald Trump is by far the most competitive businessman. I like that. I don't know what it means because, you know, what's competitive? You know, I don't want to be outwardly competitive. I mean, I know guys, you know, you look at Steve Jobs. You don't think of him as competitive, but he's competitive. What a job he's done with Apple. You know, people have done great jobs. But they gave me that honor as being the most competitive businessman, and I really enjoyed that. But the word that I'm going to talk a little bit about before we get on to some others is this word pressure. And how do you handle pressure? Because some people cannot genetically handle pressure. And if you can't handle pressure, then what you have to do